put a maple leaf emoji below if you're ready to see how this set was done. They're so extra, but kind of simple, but not really at all. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tabytha Scott Nails. If you're new here, I am a licensed nail tech and I like to teach everyone how to achieve beautiful nails, from nail enthusiasts to fellow nail techs and nail students. And today I'm showing you guys how I achieve this beautiful, extra, super blingy set. But first and foremost, have you watch this recent video. This is a set of wedding nails I did for a client. Bling French, rose gold, beautiful. Check that video out. And also, I wanted to show you guys some upcoming videos. These are a reason to subscribe and ring the bell to know when these are being uploaded. Also, put the number down below you like the best and most excited for. This is number 1. These are number 2. If you're excited for them, put them down below. These are number 3. A nice blinky little evil eye situation. Number 4. If you're excited for these, comment number 4. Number 5, a nice vertical ombre little iridescent shift. Oh, this bling ombre number 6. Put that down below. Whichever one you're most excited to see. Maybe I will upload one sooner than the other. So these are my client's nails after, I believe, 4 weeks. Look at these opal nails. There is a video on this set, so definitely check that out. And I just want to give you guys a close-up shot. And maybe you can see all the depth that I didn't capture in the first video. Look at how good they look still. They lasted amazingly. It was kind of sad to take them off. They still look so very good. But, of course, they have to go. So I am starting off by removing the bling, of course, which is the most difficult part a lot of the times. So I'm just taking this thinner bit and kind of etching around it so I can grab onto the stones, because of the fact that we set the stones, we seal around them and kind of set them into that crystal gel. They're hard to grasp onto, which is perfect for wear and tear. So, everything just slips over them. Nothing latches underneath the crystals or gets attached to them. But when it comes time to take them off, that makes it difficult. So we have to create a little ditch next to them to be able to anchor on and dig those out. So now I'm filing down this whole design. It was a multi-layered design embedded within the nail. I just said multiple. I'm being repetitive. So we have several layers. We need to file all that off because of the design we're doing today. I want to do a cute little nail bed color. So it has to go. And I'm using the Speedy bit, I believe it's called, from Elegance. I mentioned before, I have their whole new little set and kit of their e-file bits. So I've been trying those out lately. Oh, yes. And my client, I didn't mention, she wanted to switch to a coffin-shaped nail. So not only are we filing the product down, we're filing, bloop, that tip off to give us a coffin shape. And it's not really hard to change back and forth from almondy stiletto to coffin shape. And not too bad. This is probably the easiest transition of the two. You just kind of clip that tip off. Of course, you gotta have an expectation that your nails will be slightly shorter than what they were. But this client, she didn't mind losing the length at all. I think they got a little bit long for her and the shape that she had currently had. So this is the Cutie Patootie bit, I believe is what it's called, from my Elegance, and I like this bit because it pushes the eponychium back. It kind of takes the place of a cuticle pusher, hence me saying that. And it kind of exfoliates the dry skin at the eponychium, closer to the cuticle area, with my air quotes cuticle area. The cuticle is the dead skin that grows on the actual nail plate, but we've for a long time called it the cuticle, the actual skin that creates that beautiful, usually horse shape. It's repetitive. Oh, I'm repetitive today, whenever you're watching this. So we're removing all the dead skin from the nail plate, pushing that back with that bit, and this bit is, I believe it's the itty bitty. I want to get these right. It's a diamond bit. It's thinner. As you can see, we're holding this as flush to the natural nail as possible. Of course, this is sped up. It looks aggressive. I'm using this at about 7,000 to 8,000 RPMs. That's what I use the cutie patootie bit at. The speedy bit that I use to debulk the nail, the first bit that I used that at about 25,000 RPM, maybe 30. This bit I'm using, I believe about 8,000, 9,000 RPMs. And I'm just using this to remove any product near the sidewalls that may be hard to get. And then remove shine from the nail, add a little bit texture of texture, and file down any product that is remaining on the nail. This doesn't have to be perfect, but we want to, a chance to debulk all that we can. But we're leaving these plain nude, so we're gonna build this nail back up with our nail bed color. So these are okay. So I'm using the Buffy bit from Light Elegance, and I'm removing that dead skin, like I said, from the eponychium. We're just flaking that off. Any calloused areas right there, towards the free edge, the side and the free edge of the nail, kind of towards the tip, you know what I'm talking about. We'll buff that out. And then like you're seeing any dead skin, we're just buffing that off. As opposed, I really don't like clipping the dead skin unless it's necessary. And sometimes it is necessary if it's just very excessive and you can't buff it off with this. Just really depends on the client. But I prefer not to when possible. And so I'm using Light Elegance's Air Bond. It is a air dry bonder. And I'm using Light Elegance's Tack. It's also a bonding agent. Both of these are bonders. And then I'm using the Cosmetic Pink Builder from Light Elegance. And I'm using that Air Bond. It is a bonder that cures with the moisture in the air. So this is especially great for people who have more moist hands, because it will use any moisture that is around to go ahead and use that as a bonder, instead of, usually that is your enemy when we're trying to apply enhancements, but we can kind of use that as our friend and help adhesion. This client really doesn't have that issue, but I like to be safe than sorry. It doesn't really counteract the situation, just to add a little layer of protection. I do cleanse a nail with acetone or the Light Elegance cleanser, or you can dehydrate it just to make sure we remove as many oils as possible. Then apply the Air Bond Light Elegance Tack. I went ahead and cured that in the light. And now I'm applying that Cosmetic Pink Builder Gel. And I'm applying a slip layer right now. As you can see, is it a slip layer? I kind of toggle between, here it is, with hard gel, aka Builder Gel. Well, it's kind of like a square is a rectangle. A rectangle is a square situation. Anyways, we have heat spikes, and if you're not familiar, it gets hot in the light. As it cures, it gives off heat, long story short. And generally speaking, the thicker you have the gel, the more heat it will give off. So a lot of times it just kind of depends, and then also depends on the client. I'll try to apply 1 to 2 thin layers first, and cure that because it's thinner. It's not going to have as much of a heat spike. And then go in and build it up a little bit more and get my apex going and my thickness going. Like I said, that'll act like a barrier. So the hottest layer will have a little bit of a shield in between with the thinner layers of the gel. So on this nail, that's what I did. I had a layer that was already cured. Boom. And now I just applied it like polish, cured it, and that's just like a protective little barrier from the heat. Not that you won't still feel it, but it kind of helps it. And there's many things you can do to help reduce the heat spike. I use my lamp. My lamp has a low heat mode. You can also tell clients to set it in the light for a short period of time until they start feeling the heat. Take their hand out, flip it. Selena Ryden shows great examples on doing this. And then stick it back in. You can have them put it outside of the light a little bit where it's literally not in there so that it may start to cure with less light intensity on it. Like I said, there's just different things to do for that. So I am just, you see, I'm building up these nails, getting a nice layer. This client has hyperpigmentation of her nails and she really likes to hide that. So I really like to work to ensure that that is covered up, especially in a look like this. We want to make sure. And so after we get that built up, cured, I shaped the nails off of camera. I got that beautiful coffin shape that I was looking for. Again, remember her nails started off kind of almondy a little bit, leaning towards round. And so we're going into this beautiful coffin shape. And I really think this shape looks really good on her, not even or especially, but at this length. Some people can be a little more difficult to have a shorter coffin, but she definitely wears it very, very well. And so I'm using the shaper bit. And this is just a crosscut bit. You can get a crosscut bit from Atwood Industries. And I am shaping the nail with this. So here's the thing. With Builder Gel, it's such an easy enhancement to file. You can get away with a bit like this to do your finish filing and shaping on the nail surface. But you can also, you guys have seen me many times over. I'll use like a carbide bit or ceramic bit and like a safety bit, a smooth top bit. How many times can I say bit? And I'll go ahead and get my shape together, especially if I have lumps or bumps and it's just out of control. I'll use that to debulk some to get my nail in order, but I didn't feel these really needed that much. We just kind of had to perfect them. So I just went in with this bit for that situation and got it together, and it worked out perfectly. I wasn't, like I mentioned, I wasn't interested in taking too much of the product up. We want to ensure this is balanced. But because of that hyperpigmentation that she has, I don't want to take these too thin, especially towards the cuticle area where we like it more flesh. So I'm trying to keep a balance between not having these bulky, but then not having them too thin so that the product is transparent. And I don't too much like using a actual gel polish as a nail bed color. There are a few gel colors that work well at that, as that. And I think I was running out of them. One of them I don't have anymore. And I was running out of another one. So we're trying to keep this as our little nail bed color. It looks more natural. Well, as natural as a French can look. I mean, what are we saying when we say that? what's up with us? We're like, oh, can I get a natural look? And you want like different shades of browns on top of your eyelid and stuff. It's like, how's that natural? Anyways, I digress. So you see I'm trying to get the cuticle area flush, but not too thin. Taper in the sides a little bit so that we don't have this harsh edge, especially because I'm going in and drawing the French on today. So you don't want this 90-degree angle like towards the left and right side of the nail where it's the free edge portion. You get this sharp edge sometimes when you file and shape it, and we're going in and trying to taper that down as well. So I'm just working with this bit. And then once we are done with this, I go ahead and dust the nail off. Very good. And yes, I'm going in with the Jimmy Gel Ideal Pink. And I did this for 2 different reasons. One is to reintroduce that color back to get, like, for any areas that may have gotten a little too thin. Like I said, she really doesn't like that hyperpigmentation. But like I said, I tried to find a balance because we do want that product to be flush towards the cuticle area. But then, as mentioned, once it starts, we start filing it to get it flush. I'm trying to think of the right words. We take it a little more transparent. So I'm doing this to reapply. I'm trying to find what word. I'm trying to say reinstitute, and I don't think that's not the right thing to say. But to put some color back in the situation to make it more even. And then also simultaneously, the other reason is so we have a beautiful surface to polish onto. So I wiped the tacky layer off before I started to apply this white. And this helped because when I finish file, I like to leave a little bit of texture to ensure that the gel polish adheres beautifully. Simultaneously, when you do things like this, very crisp lines, it can start to look on a very tiny level uneven and get inconsistencies because of the texture that we leave. So like I said, this is twofold. So the Jimmy Gel filled in those inconsistencies, but also gave us a beautiful base to work on in order to polish these nails and get that French nice and beautiful. And there's several great whites you can use, not sharks, but colors. There's Perfect White from Madame Glam. There's the white paint from Wildflowers. There's a lot that I can't even think of off the top of my head, like Elegance. They have their painting white. And I'm using a sample product right now. But just your bet. I mean, I would recommend you have a highly pigmented white for this because you don't want to bulk up your free edge because we got that nice, beautiful, sharp shape. And the last thing we need to do is be applying 3 or 4 layers of white and lose our beautiful shape. So I'm just going in with a striper brush. This brush is from Poochie's Nails. And I mention it all the time. I've been using the Wildflower striper brush. You guys have heard me say that a million times. But I've been using the Poochie's one lately. It's worked out great. I'm sure there are many and plenty of other great ones. I have the Selena Ride-In set with her striper brush, and I haven't pulled that out yet. It took me many years to get over the Wildflowers one, so I don't know how many years it's going to take me to get past the Poochie's Nails and actually bust out this one. Hopefully it won't take me that long. I need to try it out. So you can see how I'm just drawing this French, and in between scenes, I flip her hand over where her palm faces me. You guys have seen me do this in the past in other videos. If you haven't watched my most recent videos, it's how I like to shape. It's how I like to apply my tips for my clients. So I turn her hand that way, and I'm wiping the the inhibition layer from the white, it left a white residue that would smear. So I just went ahead and wiped that off. And I'm applying Protein Bond to ensure that I have good adhesion from the top coat to the base layer. And I just let that air dry. And I'm going ahead and top coating because I don't want to disturb my French. I got it perfect. I want to seal it in and move on to my bling. I don't want to have any issues with that. So as I was mentioning, I like to turn the hands palms facing up to check my French when I draw it, to ensure that it's balanced from left and right. And I always compare the nails to each other to make sure the French is as close as possible to the same depth and angle as the French next door. The French next door. And so I top coated these. Like I said, I want to get that nice and protected. And you're like, oh, but you're buffing them. Yes, I like to work on a buff surface when I apply my bling to ensure adhesion, whether I'm using a actual, resin glue or a crystal gel glue, which cures in the light. I just want to make sure I have a little roughed up surface. And so now let me show you some of the crystals I'm using. I'm using some pointy bags. You guys haven't seen me use these many times. I'm using rosewater opal, some Swarovski AB, some clear. I'm using these dusty pink delights, which I love. I need to get some more of those while I can. These rosewater opals. And actually a lot of those are Swarovski. Some of those are actually Preciosa crystals. And I thought I was going to use these. I didn't. I don't know if I ended up using the previous ones I showed you guys. Chalk White AB. I thought I was going to use these. I don't think I did. I absolutely love these. They're hard to find. They're out. They don't make them anymore. They're Swarovski. They don't make anymore. This, I thought I was going to use what I thought was rings in there. I didn't, but I used gold beads from Daily Charm. And I'm using some of these shaped Swarovski crystals. And these, with my air quotes, maple leaf charms I got from dailycharm.com. And this is a product I usually have, and for the life of me, for so long, I could not find it nowhere. I haven't used it since I've relocated. And then when I did finally find it, it was like old. I didn't have the tip for it, nothing. So I highly recommend that product for doing 3D work. And the Crystal Ninja has videos on it. So I'm using a thicker crystal glue and I'm really sealing the deal with it. And normally when I do flat back shaped, more 3D items, I like to adhere it with resin first. But because of the shape of these products and how I had to build it and the way I had to bump them next to each other and still seal around them, it wasn't the most ideal and feasible thing in this situation. So I really had to make sure the gem glue, the crystal gel, was there and it was sealing in these crystals like to an extreme degree. You'll see me build this up and around them. I'm going up to the lip, sealing in the edge of every crystal. I'm going over the gold parts, and you'll see that set crystal. I'm sorry for smacking so loud. In the top left, that's from a brand that I can't find them any. It's like Kyoku. They sent me some stuff some years ago, and I hardly ever have a reason to use these stones, but I showed my client and she really loved them. So I was able to use them, and that's what that is, just to let you know. So I'm just really building up this crystal glue, and you can use Daily Charms. They're one in the tube that they have. It's really, really great. But you want to make sure you sink these crystals into this so very well. And I'm fanning out the edge so we don't have a line of demarcation, so you can't tell where this gem glue is built up at, and I'm using a little LED flashlight to set it and get in the little nooks and crannies and everything. We want to make sure that is cured and built up and everything. So I'm taking some resin. This is my normal process. I take some resin and I apply my bigger stones and I'll let that dry. That's how I like to do it. And so now I'm taking a crystal gel, applying it. I thought I had a rhyme or reason, that I didn't. I just ended up applying it over the entirety of this nail. Now, I want you guys to know we didn't have a real life plan. I knew she told me she wanted a French, a cute little high, a deep French, and a lot of bling. And we picked out the type of bling we wanted, and I really just kind of went for it. I had like a picture that I kind of thought was inspiration, and that just didn't really go. And so I'm just showing you guys my process. I don't know why I broke that word up like that. My process, and I'm literally figuring this out as you see me moving these beads around. I'm just trying to see what looks good and what doesn't. Like I said, we had a general directive. Is that a word? I didn't mean to say that. Direction. I meant to say a general direction, but maybe directive's the word. I don't know. I don't want to stop recording Google. But anyways, so while y'all see me do trial and error with this, I want to talk about the Crystal Ninja glue I showed you a screenshot of. That is an actual glue. It is a 2-part bonder, like an epoxy would be. So it comes with tips that mix it. Comes with like 3. Usually you can buy extra, but they've been out of stock. So it's something, you bust out not often. And I've had mine sitting around for a couple years, and I've used it. I bought extra tips. I don't even know where they were. Like I said, I haven't used it since I relocated. But it is absolutely great. And if you go on the Crystal Ninja's website, you will see she does demo videos. If you go to her, like I said, her actual website, if you scroll down, if you look at the product, she has videos on how to apply it and giving more information on why it's an amazing product. It holds very, very well. If you're not familiar with the Crystal Ninja, follow her on Instagram. She makes the Crystal Katana, which is the blinking tool that you see me using most of the time. It's the one I'm using right now. The Crystal Katana, the original blinker, and she makes great adhesion products because that's what she does. Not nails per se, but have you seen her? She blings out vehicles. She blings out everything. And so I say all that to say, definitely check out that product if you're into like doing clusters and stuff like that, and you want something that's really, really great to hold them. Yes, I've had success with the method that I use today, but it just gives me more peace of mind to know that that whole cluster would have been built out of an actual like epoxy glue that will actually literally adhere the stones, but also be built up around them and stuff. Because the crystal gel, you're kind of like physically holding it. It's like hugging it and holding it. But with the actual resin, it's having a chemical reaction and chemically holding it, like how this stone is held on. So that's just me. I don't have a discount code for her or anything like that. I just think it's an amazing product that I did reorder, that I now have in stock. So maybe I'll get to use that. As soon as I get it, I know I won't have a client who wants a 3D thing. That's just how it works. But I don't want to be caught without it again. So you can see how I'm doing this nail. When I do these bigger stones, like I said, that stick up more, I like to hold them down with resin first, which air dries. And then I like to build up a crystal gel around them, like so much. Of course, you don't want to go on top of the crystal, but I want to fill in the whole side of the crystal, the 3D part that lifts up off the nail with crystal glue, because we don't want anything to be able to get caught up under it or anything. So we want to fill that in, and essentially it's filled in, but to kind of camouflage it and add more flair, that's where these beads are. You see me tucking in. So those are kind of completely sunk, not kind of, they are completely sunk underneath this crystal gel. The crystal gel glue. I mean, technically it's not a glue, is it? So these are our air quote maple leaves, and that's what we're going to call them. My client likes Canada, okay? And we'll leave it like that. And I got these cute little crystals because I wanted to do some nails to celebrate the maple leaf holiday in April, around the 20th or so. And I got these but never used them. I didn't want a demonetized YouTube video, and I didn't. You know, I tell you guys all the time, I love a good theme. You see me working through this now. I don't have any clue what I'm doing at all. I'm just trying to figure it out, and I hated that gold thing, and I took that off. I'm trying to find a way to incorporate bling, but make it seem like the maple leaf fits and has meaning, has a purpose, that it's not just plopped on the nail. So that's what I'm working through in my head. But anyways, you can get this charm at Daily Charm. You can use code Tabytha and the number 10. And they have great charms. Halloween is coming up, you guys. Hit up Daily Charm. You can use my discount code, or there's a link down below if they have a sale better than my discount code and you still want to support me, because I'm always giving you guys good information and you love me. You can click the link down below and still take advantage of whatever sale, and they'll track it and I still get a percentage. But as you guys know, I've been using Daily Charm since before I was even a licensed nail tech. Oh yeah, you don't have to be licensed to purchase with them. And yeah, and also my code has no limits now. So if you used it once in the past, you can use it however many times over. But I love Daily Charm, y'all. They have cute things. Like, what else is there to say? And they have some new reflective holographic polishes. I did a live on those. You can see I posted them on my Instagram. They're so freaking beautiful. And I used it in, if you earlier in the video, the number 6 set I said for y'all to post if y'all are interested. It has it on under there. Y'all, so cute. Anyway, so I'm sealing in these crystals with this pen. You can get a pen like this from Daily Charm. And I am just sealing all over. You can seal over your beads, like literally top coat over the gold beads. That'll help protect their color, but never top coat over your crystals. Seal around your crystals, the edge of your crystals, but not on top of them. But you definitely want to seal around them. That creates a smoothness, which makes, like I mentioned before, it makes it hard for hair to catch, fabrics, cloth, just anything. It makes it difficult to catch if there's not a lip to catch onto. If we just make it a smooth little heel by adding gel and sealing around it. And I just was showing you guys this because I really wanted to focus on those nails that you've seen, because they gave me the most struggle trying to figure out. And like I said, y'all just really seen me in my brain process trying to make something up. So go ahead and give me a little bling diamond crystal thing if you love these nails, or at least for my stress trying to make these cute. She just is like, I love these crystals. I like this maple leaf with my air quote. I love these colors. I want a 3D cluster, some gold, and a deep French. And so I said, okay, let's make something cute. And I really think these came out so very cute. So please give me a thumbs up on this set. These took some time. And yeah, I really thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you learned something new. Like I said, tell me down below which set you're trying to see from the beginning of the video, 1 through 6. we have them in the works. I also have other ones in the works that I didn't put. I don't give you everything all at once. And look at this bling. Oh, and I love those Dusty Pink Delights, you guys. Don't buy those out. And I want to say you can get your crystals from Blue Street Crystals. You can get your Swarovski crystals from them. Your charms from Daily Charm. You can use code Tabytha 5 at Blue Street Crystals. Tabytha and the number 5 at Blue Street. And Tabytha and the number 10 at Daily Charm. Information will be down below in the description bar. And look at this. Ooh, these are a little bit sexy. And I kind of hate saying that word. But they are, right? Like the length, the shape, the French, the bling. A little saucy with your little maple leaves, a little something extra. Just take it in. So I know I missed the most recent Thursday upload, but I had some clients. I'm trying to get a nice little group of videos done for you guys. So hopefully we're doing Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So thank you guys so much for your support, subscribing, ringing the bell, and watching. Thank you guys. Bye.